Okay, squad, today's video is a tutorial on how to make your hair look like you stuck your finger in the light socket. No, it's not actually about that at all. It's about intermittent fasting. And I have done a bunch of these videos, but I think they've been pushed so far down in the feed that you guys aren't seeing them anymore because I'm still seeing a bunch of questions about it. So I figured, why not make a fresh video? Now, the first thing I want to establish is what you think intermittent fasting means and what it really means. So I have seen a variety of interpretations on this concept, right? One of which is I'm going to eat 500 calories 5 days a week and I'm going to eat 2,000 calories 2 days a week or something of that nature, where you're essentially starving your body of food a certain amount of days over the course of your week, right? And historically speaking, people have interpreted fasting to mean extended days, days, periods of time without food. That is not what the current interpretation or the proper interpretation of intermittent fasting is. So Jorge Cruz actually wrote a great book about this, and he's gonna kill me because I don't remember the name of it. And I hope I don't screw this up, but he actually, I think, called it like time-restricted eating. I hope I got that right, Jorge. But I thought that it was really well said, because it helps you understand that this is not about starving the body of nutrition. It's about having a period over the course of your 24-hour day where you're not eating, okay? So it could be a 12-hour window where you're not eating. It could be a 16-hour window where you're not eating. Should not go over 16. Not very effective if it's under 12. So that's the window, okay? Now, why are you doing this? Why are you inquiring about it? If you're doing it to lose weight, it's not a weight loss strategy. Now, you can lose weight doing it, but that's not actually what it's for. And the reason is as follows, okay? Losing weight is about reducing calories. Just is. There are things we can manipulate to make a shift in how many calories we burn over the course of our day through activity and through involuntary bodily functions to elevate metabolism and shift our hormone balance with high quality foods. But the bottom line, the nitty gritty, is calories in, calories out when it comes to weight loss, period. All right? So intermittent fasting, I practice intermittent fasting. I'm not trying to lose weight. I eat 1,800 to 2,200 calories a day, depending upon how hard I train that day, if I train that day, right? And I eat the same amount of calories. I just concentrate those calories into a 12-hour window. So I'm not gonna lose weight because I'm not eating less calories. I've just put them in a smaller window, okay? Now, why would somebody lose weight intermittent fasting? Because you're not going back for second dinner. You're not going for that late night snack. So you might unintentionally reduce your overall calorie intake and therefore you might lose weight. But that's not what intermittent fasting is for. So what is it for? Well, the benefits of intermittent fasting actually have to do with immunity and anti-aging. Why? Well, to make a very long and complex biochemistry lesson short, and so I don't screw up the explanation of it because it was explained to me very thoroughly by many scientists and researchers when I wrote my last book, The 6 Keys. But to make, as I said, a long story short, when we have a window where we do not eat, be it 12 hours up to 16 hours, essentially you are allowing your body to optimize a process called autophagy. And that is where your body does housekeeping. It basically culls and recycles dead and senescent tissue. We want that, right? We want all this bad stuff out. Any cells that have had little mutations in their replication, bye-bye, night-night, all that bad stuff, gone. We do not want that building up in the body. Here's the problem. If we eat constantly, our nutrient-sensing pathways that pick up protein and carbohydrates signal like, man, there's a lot of fuel here. We gotta break down food and we got a lot of stuff to use and it's coming in constantly. It inhibits the process of autophagy. So we want to free your body up for an extended period of time where it isn't focused on breaking down and metabolizing food to optimize a whole bunch of other stuff that the body does when it's practicing housekeeping. That helps us fight disease, helps us boost immunity, helps us combat or slow the process of aging. So I do it. Now, should it be 12 hours or should it be 16 hours? I mean, look, if you can get to 16 hours, bravo. I cannot. Now, doctors will tell you if you have serious health conditions like type 2. Really, Ross? Really? I'm not bringing the bird into the video. I'm not going to do it because it's such a distraction. But things were going so well, I don't want to start over. And I don't remember where I was. Doctors will tell you that if you have no, don't do it, Roz. Don't do it, buddy. No. Lou, don't. Doctors will tell you if you have a sick. I'm gonna whisper because if I talk louder, fires are up. Doctors will tell you that if you have a serious health condition like type 2 diabetes, an extended period of fast is more beneficial. My problem with anything over 13 hours is that I become overly hungry and I end up overeating. And this can happen. This is why we don't skip meals over the course of the day, right? Because when we skip meals, it can release more of a hunger hormone called ghrelin. I never pronounced that right. And this is why food can taste up to 25% better if we've skipped a meal. And we tend to overeat because we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry and this is the best tasting burrito I've ever had. So for me, like 12 to 13 hours, I hit 13 and I will eat a bagel and a half for breakfast instead of a bagel. So you don't want this to cause overeating. That's kind of counterintuitive, right? So there's kind of that sweet spot. And for me, I get the benefits at 12 hours. I can push it to 13, but I don't want to overeat. Now there is a cheat, and it's fat. However, I want you to be smart about this, and here's what I mean. This is why you were seeing like medium chain triglycerides or MCTs or coconut oil or butter or ghee being put in coffee, because it can help you not feel as hungry when you're getting from hour 12 to hour 16, and the fat, the pure fat, no protein, no carbs, because that will trigger those metabolic pathways, but just fat won't shut down that intermittent fast window because it has to do with hormones, insulin, all of that. Fat doesn't trigger it the way that carbohydrates and protein does. So you can have a coffee with some whole organic cream in it or some butter, but be really careful because if you're not going from a 12-hour window to a 16-hour window, you're just adding 300 calories of fat to your day. So what I'll often do is I'll say, all right, I'm at 12 hours. I want to get to 13 and change, and I'm going to have coffee with cream anyway. So I'll have coffee with like 50 calories of cream, 50 to 70 calories, which I was going to work into my breakfast calories regardless. I have that coffee anyway, right? So that allows me to get to that even extended period of fast, little cheat trick there, get to 14 hours sometimes. And then I don't need to have my morning coffee, I've already had it. I have my breakfast, which is around 400 calories, which I always have no matter what. And I eat every 3 to 4 hours. So I go breakfast, lunch, I'm ignoring it. Breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, or breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, right? Pack it all into a 12-hour window, sometimes a 10-hour window, 3.5, 4 hours. Don't snack throughout your day. We don't need insulin surging, right? It's every 3 to 4 hours to stabilize blood sugar. 12 to 16-hour fast, and that's it. That's simple. That's how it works. Effing bird. Now she's not talking. You're not talking now, are you? Bitch. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now you're not talking, are you? You have nothing to say now. Zero. Wow, she just took it. I can't.